Welcome to Halflington. Picturesque, eh? You must be here to audition for the protagonist role. Very well, we'll see if you're up for it. Why don't you take a look around? I do love a tavern, don't you? So cozy. Let's see if you know your way around the basics. Not to get too technical, but can you point out a table? I'll let you know if you're off track. Oh, that's a relief. You wouldn't believe how many main characters I lose on that one. This next one will be a bit trickier. Can you point out a patron? Correct! Though in the future, you might refrain from poking strangers. Some find it rude. That's objects and people handled. Shall we see if you can tell the difference between the rooms? Can you locate the storeroom? Very good. The storeroom is also a great place to hide from annoying customers. Oh dear, is that an adventurer headed this way? Always a handful, heroes. Why don't you see what he wants? After all, interacting with odd characters is part of the job. Just click on the fellow with the book above his head. As you move to intercept the adventurer, he sweeps his sword from its sheath and slams it into the bar top, rattling the tankards and startling the other patrons. He strikes a valiant pose. Fear not, simple townsfolk. The hero has arrived. He frowns, giving his breastplate a polish with a bar towel. Not much of a greeting. In stories, people usually welcome heroes with more grateful bowing. Never mind, I don't have time to educate the help. I have an epic journey to begin, and those usually start with slaying beasties on behalf of some random nobody. He stares expectantly at you. It's awkward. Hello, that would be you. Do you have a quest for me or not? You? Impossible! You're a tavern keeper. You don't even have a sword. Watch this. He yanks his blade out of the bar and takes a few swings. Hi-ya! Have at thee! He chops a tankard in half, breathing heavily. You see? This is real main character stuff I'm showing you. And what have you got? An apron? That's all wrong. What kind of story would the bards write about you? The tavern? I don't get it. What would the focus even be? Drinks, food and entertainment? Designing your own decor? Chatting with customers about their lives? His voice softens and he looks down at his sword, seeming lost. But what about me? If I'm not the center of attention, what am I supposed to do? I was all prepared for grim one-liners and fighting dragons. Are they? Well, I suppose that'll do. Just need to get the fire brigade to come round and we can get things started. Luckily, I took a few magic courses in hero school. Watch this. Oh, good. He's a multi-classer. He points a finger, mutters an incantation, and your curtains burst into flame, as does your furniture, and his arm. He slaps at the flames, eyes wide, as your tavern begins to burn. Oh, blast those discount courses! Why does this always happen? Adventurers. Well, burning the tavern down is part of being a tavern keeper too. The bad part. Let's move on. Now, I'd like to see how you handle opening a tavern yourself. Click on the prompt to the right when you're ready. Welcome to the swamp. Sorry, I blew the location budget on that Halflington Tavern. I hope you like mud. First things first, it's time to teach you how to teach yourself. Hovering your cursor over things like checklists can bring up helpful tooltips. Why don't you try it? Phenomenal work! You mastered tooltips, and thus the secret to mastering the whole game. Onwards! The tap room is ready, but you're missing a vital piece, the tap. You'll need one to serve drinks. Build one wherever you like. It's that easy. Ready to hire your first staffer? Really? Based on those qualifications? Are they a friend of yours? Never mind. It's time to buy drinks. The travelling merchant will be here momentarily. Click on him when he arrives. Excited to tap that barrel? Select the tap you installed to assign your new beverage to it. That does it for basic necessities. I think you're ready to open for business. Unlock those doors. It's smooth sailing from here. Wait for a patron, and your staffer will do the work.
Jó volt. Ki? Que huevo. Que huevo.
Dead simple, see? Now, let me show you how to make your tavern more cozy. Decorating your tavern truly makes it your own. Take this table, for example. It's an empty canvas, ready to transform. You might decorate it with something simple, perhaps place a centerpiece. But why stop there? You can change and tweak every element according to your mood. Ooh, Feeling romantic? And you needn't stop at simply decorating. You can design anything you can imagine, piece by piece. Go wild! For now, let's try something simple. Select a piece from the design mode and combine it with the table. You'll have hundreds of options as a tavern keeper, but let's start with 3. That's an interesting choice. Well, there's no accounting for taste. That's enough decorating for now. You know, I think I've found my protagonist. The role is yours if you want it. Go on, run the tavern as you like for a few days. Perhaps you can earn your first tavern star.
Okay.
자,
Okay.
고가웨 티오웨오
You hear a dry, rhythmic clatter approaching the front door of the tavern. Could it be a peddler selling kindling or a shaman's rattlestick? But when the door opens, it's a skeleton standing on the stoop. It shambles in. Its skull swivels, fixing you with a baleful, undead stare. The skeleton's jaw creaks open slowly, the ghastly voice of death spilling forth. "Cheers, mate. Dreadful chilly out. You open?" Many thanks, many thanks. The name's Cuthbert. Pleasure to make your acquaintance." Those skulls seem already to grin by default. Somehow the skeleton seems to smile. "One off the tap, if you please. I don't drink much, but I enjoy holding the mug and sloshing it around. Find the ritual of it soothing, I suppose. Lifts the spirits, and I could use a bit of that." "Oh, just having a bit of a mid-death crisis, maybe. Stuck in a rut." You serve the drink. Cuthbert clasps it, tapping his bony fingers against the pewter mug. "Truth is, my heart's not in the job anymore. Been starting to wonder, did I become a dungeon henchman because it was what I wanted, or because it was expected of me? I could be missing out on a job I really love." "I want a job where I can chat with people. Something like what you do." Cuthbert sighs, the mournful sound coming from deep in his open ribcage in a way that makes no sense whatsoever. He brings the mug up to his skull and taps the rim against his teeth. "In the dungeon, it's always about blocking doors and doing spooky dances. Hardly anyone stops to talk before they knock my skull off with a big hammer." The skull nods gently. "I suppose that's true. Dungeon work might not make me happy exactly, but at least it's something I know I can do. What if I'm no good at anything else? Then I'd be unhappy and a failure." "You've talked me into it. I'm headed down to that dungeon right now and turning in me rusty old sword and shield. The afterlife is too short to waste." Cuthbert slaps a palm against the counter. It makes a sound like a bowl of rocks being thrown at a wall. "You're a good sort. You know what? Next time you see me, I'll have an application for you, boss." He gives a jerky nod and saunters away, whistling liplessly to himself through some mechanism you don't understand.
Where?
Oh, hey.
Who?
I bet that nice skeleton is looking for a new job by now. You should check the new applicants. Maybe he'd like to work here. Seems we're in for a rainy night. Bullseye! A 1-star rating already? You're a natural. Click on the message on the right to claim it. Fun. Makes you want another one, doesn't it?
기차가 자, 개고와 어머 개오고 파가고 초자 자, 가 기차 자,
이거
해,
좋아요.
개와 개고 개와 저거
Bad weather on the way. Feel it in my bad leg, right here in the joint, ever since that goblin injured it. The old-timer leans heavily on the back of a chair and rubs his knobby knee, grimacing out the window at the mild day outside. Sure, he apologised right there on the dance floor for dropping me mid-twirl. Even bought me a candy apple after. Sweet feller. Still, leg's never been the same since. You feel that in the air, young'un? That's the storm. So you can feel it too, eh? Right you are. That rain's coming down before the day is out, sure as shuffling. He sniffs, massaging his knee. Ah, well, nothing wrong with a bit of rain. Good for remembering.
해오 해고 이거 해오
자,
위야 기타웨호
개고와
고와드
자,
고래.
해보가 해와요.
Curled parchments covered in cramped writing are scattered all over the bar top. A forlorn elf has been shuffling through the paperwork for hours, muttering under their breath. They haven't earned more than curious looks from the other patrons, but if a rush comes, you're going to need that bar surface to serve drinks. Maybe this elf could use a fresh set of eyes on whatever this mess is. At first, the elf doesn't seem to hear you, but after a moment, their dazed eyes drift up to meet yours. What? Nothing. Well, wait. You're a business type, right? You know about all the forms and taxes and fees and whatever. Money stuff, yeah? A look of relief washes over their face, and they scoot the parchments toward you with both hands. So, I'm a thief, right? Last month, I lifted a nobleman's coin purse, and it wasn't until I got home that I realized it wasn't full of coins. It was full of diamonds. Do you have any idea what tax bracket that puts me in this year? What do I do? The elf looks affronted, their hand drifting up to their mouth as if to ward off a bad taste. Of course I pay my taxes. I'm a thief, not a criminal. I did try to negotiate into a lower rate with the tax office, of course. You know, one thief to another. No luck. I guess you're right. It's my civic duty, really. With a crestfallen expression, the elf's eyes drop to the paperwork once again. And after I pay it properly, I can steal it back fair and square. Thanks for setting me straight, friend. The elf scoops up all the parchments in one overflowing armload and makes their way to the door. Belatedly, you notice they stole the tip jar.
토토.
It's a shame we can't keep on playing forever, but this is just a demo. How should we end things? I'll leave it up to you. Here, a nice shiny button. Ooh. Press it to end things with a bang, or let the timer run out and leave your tavern to putter along after you go. It certainly is a tempting button, no? The suspense is simply dreadful. Couldn't resist, I see that for you, the joy of creation has a darker twin, the thrill of destruction. I'll keep that in mind when you join me for the full story. Thanks for playing the Tavern Keeper demo. I've had ever so much fun.